Please start over.
President Bush has talked about our staying in Iraq for 50 years.
Maybe 100.
Is that?
We've been in South Korea. We've been in Japan for 60 years. We've been in South Korea for 50 years or so. That'd be fine with me,
So
as long as Americans are not being injured or harmed or wounded or killed.
Here's why John McCain is wrong. First, he says, make it 100, as he glibly tosses off the questioner's concern that Bush had claimed we might stay in Iraq for 50 years. But Bush never actually made the 50-year remark. Press Secretary Tony Snow did, as he employed the Korea model to downplay a bill Bush had signed a few days earlier outlawing the building of permanent bases in Iraq. However, both the Korea and Japan models actually employ numerous permanent bases. Besides, at the time of the invasion, Bush basically promised that we'd leave as soon as possible.
We have no ambition in Iraq except to remove a threat and restore control of that country to its own people. I know that the families of our military are praying that all those who serve will return safely and soon.
Here's why John McCain is wrong. Second, he picks up on Tony Snow's explanation that the White House is talking about a support role similar to that in South Korea. But the Korean police action ended with a truce and not an armistice. Besides, it also established the demilitarized zone, segregating the North from the South, and since partitioning in Iraq has been ruled off the table, our function there would be completely different. Here's why John McCain is wrong. Third, he adds Japan to the comparison. The fact is that our presence in Japan is part of the Treaty of Mutual Cooperation and Security between the United States and Japan, which puts us there to limit Japan's need to rebuild a military capable of launching an offensive. This came after the original post-war agreement that Japan would have no military at all, and it established numerous permanent bases. This is clearly not the situation in Iraq. Here's why McCain is wrong. Fourth, since the truce was signed in Korea some 50-plus years ago, we have lost less than 100 soldiers. In Japan, these numbers are not even kept because there is no form of aggression currently being waged. Nonetheless, on several occasions there have been relatively peaceful protests by the Japanese people demanding a reduction in U.S. military presence. Does he really think a U.S. presence in Iraq would be as peaceful? Here's why McCain is wrong. Finally, he says that we should remain only so long as no U.S. force members were being hurt or killed. Well, they're being hurt and killed now. If the situation that would negate our staying is that our soldiers are being hurt or killed, then logically, it's time to pull out now.
President Bush has talked about our staying in Iraq for 50 years.
Maybe 100.
That's why John McCain is wrong.